Take it from somebody who has done it the hard way. Don't leave your job to commit to YouTube full time until you are seeing real physical dollars in your bank account. And that's for any business, any side hustle. Do not leave your main source of income on a whim, on a late night after motivational videos, on a late night of binging entrepreneurial content on YouTube. All that grind culture, all that you gotta hustle harder, more. You need to be doing more. You need to be using every single hour of your time. Which, fair enough. Some of these videos have points. You can do a lot of those things though, to the extent that you can while working a 9-to-5 job. Take it from somebody who did it the hard way. If I could go back, I would have done things differently, right? I had a $50K salary job at a point. I was making about, I was making double my bill money every single month. I was just having double. I didn't know what to spend my money on. I was just having too much money, and that was a lot for me. I went from check to check to just double like that. And at the same time, I was grinding on social media. I was grinding on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, cross-posting everywhere. And I was just way more passionate about that than this 9-to-5 job. In fact, I really did not like the job that I had. I didn't like the promotion that I got at all. I didn't like the people. The people were weird. They were all old. They were all workers. None of them had a drop of entrepreneur in them. And I couldn't relate. And when I was in a cubicle, it was weird. They promised it was going to be hybrid work from home. But then the boss is like, yeah, nah, I think you should come in every single day. And then it's like, cause I need to train you. But then it's like, I'm coming in, I'm not getting no training. And it's just like, what are we doing? But I say all that to say I still could have played my cards differently, right? I still could have played my cards differently. And, when you walk away from your dedicated source of income, you better be ready for struggle. I'm going to tell you that right now, right? So some people are going to see this video and they're going to be like, I'm going to do what you did, not what you say, Amir. And that's fine, right? Be willing to endure the pain and discomfort that I endured as well, though, right? Be willing to say, look, I might not have the bill money this week. I might get kicked out of my house and be homeless. Be willing to accept that. Be willing to entertain the idea of hitting up friends and saying, hey, can I sleep on a couch? Can I sleep in a closet? Can I sleep on the floor somewhere? Be willing to entertain the idea of like, hey, I got to downsize my apartment now. I got to go rent a room for $1,000. I got to go spend $1,000 and rent a small little room with a shared bathroom. I got to share an apartment with 5 other people now. Be willing to entertain the idea of, well, no more car now. Can't afford that. Can't afford to get scammed by insurance every month anymore and not get in no accidents. I can't afford that anymore. Be willing to accept and entertain the idea of like, damn, I have nothing in my pockets. I gotta break open my change jar so I can eat for the next week. until I get some money from some, from a side hustle, or until I could hold out until the 21st when YouTube pays or when Facebook pays, right? You got to be willing to entertain these ideas if you want to do what I do, what I did, and not what I said, right? But I'm giving you this message now, and this is stuff that I wish somebody else told me who was in a similar situation. I wish I had someone sit me down and say, hey, Amir, you can actually do both. All that free time you spend binge watching YouTube videos, just put that into posting instead. Stop watching. You've watched enough. You've studied enough. Start implementing, right? And you'll start seeing changes faster, right? Because you're already given. The jobs are 8 hours, right? But it's an hour to travel there. It's an hour to travel back. So you're already given 10 hours to this job. You don't have time to go kick it with your girlfriend. You don't have time to go kick it and binge watch Netflix and binge watch motivational videos. You don't have time to get on the game, right? And it's not to say that, you need to be so religious with it. You have to put time into it, though. You have to start filling up that bank, right? You need to start depositing, you need to start putting in some deposits into that entrepreneurial pursuit that you're working at. Start chipping away at it. It don't got to be all at once, but it has to be something. It has to be something. And the more you're willing to dedicate to it, the more you're willing to sacrifice and compromise on your other interests and your other goals, right? Because you might have other goals too. I remember I was trying to grow on social media, but then I was also like, damn, I want to get my dream body too. Now I want to be the most, and I want to have the best diet. I only want to, eat whole foods. And then it's like, well, I'm really trying to meet my reading goal too. I'm trying to be the smartest person I can be. And then it's like, oh, I also have a partner now. I'm trying to be the best man I can be for my partner. And I want to keep up with friends. And I want to be the best in the sport I'm playing. And I want to be the best on the video game. And at a point you have to pick, you got to pick a handful of hobbies that you want to focus on, right? And sometimes it might be one or two. Sometimes you only got bandwidth for one or two. And just make sure one of those is your entrepreneurial pursuit, whatever it may be, whether it be social media, whether it be a business, a brick and mortar shop, whether it be e-commerce, whether you want to do stocks, Amazon FBA, whether you want to offer a service in your community, you want to start doing hair, you want to start cooking food, whatever it may be, start chipping away at it. Whether you got to do flyers, make up your create your business page, if you got to, get that LLC. But I say for the LLC, don't harp on the LLC. A lot of people harp on, oh, bro, I got my LLC. But it's like, have you sold anything? Have you transferred a service for some money yet? Why do you have an LLC? You know what I'm saying? Why? You've done no commerce. You know nothing about buying and selling. You don't know how to talk to people. Like, you need, it's not like you just get the LLC and then it's like, all right, I got the business. No, the business entails the transactions. It entails the presenting of your service. And in due time, an LLC is very important too, right? Business, credit card, things of that nature. But yeah, I say all that to say that you can create and build a successful side hustle while working a 9-to-5 job. Is it easy? No. Will it require sacrifice? Depending on how busy you are, depending on how passionate you are about your other hobbies, right? A lot of people are like, yo, I gotta smoke every day, man. and I gotta drink on the weekends. I have to. I can't just stay inside on the weekend. Well, that's why you're not a successful entrepreneur yet. Because you're sacrificing, you're picking, you're choosing one thing instead of the other one. Anytime you choose one thing, you're saying no to something else, right? I got on here right now to record this video. I'm saying no to going to bed right now. You know, it's 12. I said no to going to bed, right? I got on here to make this video. I said no to editing a video, right? Because I'm here filming, right? I said no to calling my mom, right? And you can organize these things, right? I have an allotted free time that I can position. You know, I can set times for different tasks, things like that. You know, I can allot time for different tasks, and you can too. But yeah, don't leave your job. You know, grind it out. Be humble and build your dreams on the side. I love y'all, and I'll see you later. Peace.